Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lab, or lab number 2, we will continue with the use of the solid edge commands, and also we will learn a new technique about offset. Actually, if you look at the drawing we have here, this is isometric, this is the top view, and this is a front view. We would like to learn more about how can I make a pattern which has like a distance 4 millimeter all around, but to the inside of the shape. The other thing also, we'll learn also how to get a construction lines and get the angles and all these other techniques. So let's open solid. The dimensions are given in millimeters, so and all the dimensions are in millimeter here. So what we're gonna do is just we'll go to solid edge, and we go to asymmetric because the dimensions are in millimeter. I'm going to start first with the part. So I'm going to double click on this one. And we're going to start with what? With the top view, since all the dimensions are available in the top view. Most of the dimensions. So I'm going to circle by center. And the first diameter was about 30. The inside 30, so I'm gonna put 30, enter. I'm gonna put it in the second here. What I'm gonna do now, since it is small, so I'm gonna say make it fit, and then I can change it by the mouse, roll the mouse to have it whatever dimension I want. But now maybe this is a good size to work with, and since I'm gonna need the space, I'm gonna move it to the side a little bit here. Let me move it this way. Okay, now let's get the circle by center again. The inside circle is 15, enter. So I'm gonna put it inside. Okay, now you go in the same line, the same horizontal line across, and we would like to have a diameter 20, and to make sure that it is on the same line, they are in the same line, means I have to see the dashed red dots. So I'm gonna just make it. If I go up, it will disappear, but it will go when exactly or aligned with the other circle. I will see these dashed red dots. So I'm gonna click, and also you should get this plus in the middle. Now the other diameter is 10. I'm gonna put 10, enter, and I'm gonna make it concentric. So once you see the circle, means that it is concentric. So okay, now I need to lock the dimensions. So I'm gonna say okay, this dimension should be 20. It is 20. This dimension is 10. This dimension is 30. And the other dimension is 15. Okay. Now I need to make the distance from the center line. So I'm going to use the X. The distance, when you just point out at any location on the circle, it means from the center of the circle. From this center of this circle to the center of this circle, I need to have this one to be 60. So I'm going to put 60. It should move and correct the dimension to be 60. Okay, so it is 60 now. So now let's do the 120 degrees circle. So what I'm going to start first by circle by center again. Get the 20, enter. Just I'm gonna put it any place, somewhere here, and make the other one the 10, the inside circle. When you have it circle, concentric, I'm gonna click. Now what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna draw a construction line. So I'm gonna go to this construction. Okay, here it is, this one. So you create as a construction. I'm gonna click on the construction and the line itself. And I'm going to come from the center and then move horizontal. When you come here, you see that intersect means that they are in the same are located on the same line. So now this is a construction line, and we'll do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to click here, and this one, once you highlight the circle, so I want to move that, I want to make sure that it is passing through the center line. How do you know it is passing through the center line? When you see this perpendicular command, means that it is passing by the center line. So I'm going to click, that's good enough. So this way I created the center construction line. Now I need to correct the angle between both of them, 120. So I'm going to click on this line. I choose first the angle between, and I click on this line, and I click on the other line. And this should be what? 120. Enter. So everything moved because everything is connected to each other. Let's select the dimensions again, and this dimension should be 20, and the other one is 10. Very good. Oh, okay. Now the other thing is I need also to make that the distance between the center line to the center line is 60, and to do that, since this line is not a horizontal or vertical, so when you get the X, I'm going to, instead of choosing that horizontal and vertical, because this is the default horizontal and vertical, I'm going to choose by 2 points. So I'm going to click on this circle, and I click on this circle, means the center of the circle. So it's giving me that's the dimension along this line, the center to the center. So I'm going to make it 60. Enter. And this way I get the I got the actual dimension I need. Now the next step, okay, now we need to start drawing the outside circle here, which is another 30. So to do that is I need to locate the location of the center of the circle. So what I'm going to do is, since it is symmetry, so it's going to be like a 60 degrees from the horizontal. So I'm going to say, okay, give me a length of a line which is 30. Why 30? Because if the diameter is 30, so the radius is 15, and the other radius is 15, so I can locate the center of the circle. So it's going to be 30, so the angle should be 60 degrees. 60 degrees. Enter. Okay, and now I'm going to switch it to another line. Okay, I'm going to make it solid line. Okay. So now I'm going to put it here in the center here. So now I draw a line which is 30 millimeter and making an angle 60 degrees. Okay. So now I'm going to get a circle by center, and the diameter is 30. And at the tip of the line means that this should be the center of the circle. So I'm going to click, and this is how I got the tangent circle, which is 30, similar to the other one here. So this is why I can get the line will be tangent to outside circle instead of this circle. Okay, so now right click to get out, to skip. Okay, now let's start connecting, and then we'll see what we're going to do after that. Okay, so I'm going to click the line. At the line here, I'm going to choose any point, not feature point, any point. So this way the point will move with me. See, it will moving with me. So I'm going to go all the way down here, and when I see the two symbols, which mainly is touching and tangent, so I'm going to click. I need to see the two symbols. Right click to get out. I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to click at any point. The point should move with me, and I can bring it to here to have it like tangent and touching. Okay, so now right click to get out. Let's do the other thing to the other side here. But this one, okay, is going to be move with me. But this one is going to be tangent and touching to the outside circle. You see the outside circle? When you see the two symbols, I'm going to click and do the same thing here. I'm going to choose any point. It will move with me till I have it what? Tangent and touching. Very good. Now the next step is to start cleaning, trimming. So I'm going to click on trim, and then get rid of this trim here, and also highlight this line. I don't need it anymore, so I'm going to delete it. That's good. So now go to trim again. I'm going to trim this half a circle, and I'm going to trim this half a circle also. Okay. I don't know, do we have something here? Okay, that's fine, we can go back in. Okay, now what I need to do in this object or this drawing, there is a command here under draw, which mainly offset. You see offset, you click on the icon here, you can get the offset. So I'm going to say offset, and I'm going to make it a distance 4 millimeter, but it has to be inside. So I'm going to say, okay, it is 4 millimeter. I'm going to type the dimensions here, 4 millimeter. And then I need to highlight the chain I'm going to use. So I'm going to click this one. So automatically the whole chain here will be green, color green. And I say, okay, so to accept, this is the shape I want. And automatically if it goes outside, this is if you want to draw it outside, or you put it inside, you're going to draw inside. I need it inside, so I'm going to click inside. Then escape, so this way, or right click to get out. So now what I did is I made an offset, the same shape, but it is inside 4 millimeter. You see 4 millimeter from inside. Now let's put back the circle. So I'm going to say circle by center. We have the 20, and this 20 here. Highlight this circle to be in the same center. I'm going to click, highlight the circle so it can be in the same center, concentric, and then get the other circle, which is 30, enter, and highlight the circle here and go inside here and click. Very good. Now let's start trimming the stuff we don't need. So now we're going to say what? Okay, I don't need this one anymore. I don't need this one. I don't need this one. So I'm going to start trimming. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Get rid of this part here. Get rid of this. 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 What else? This one. Get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, this one too. Okay. So now I got the shape I want. So the next step is just I'm going to go to home. And the first step, I'm going to make extrusion. I'm going to click on extrude and make sure that you're going to make it symmetry. Make symmetry. Okay. So I'm going to say face. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to click on the face. So now this is the one outside here. I need to have that. That's going to be 5. So I'm going to say extrude. You want to make it positive. What is the thing? Okay, no, okay. Then I'm going to right click. Okay. So it is symmetry. If it's not symmetry, suppose you get it like one dimension, like up or down. So you switch it to symmetry, you click on this icon, extrude symmetric. So highlight the symmetric part, so this way I can create its symmetry. So what I'm going to do is symmetry, but I needed 5, so I'm going to put 5. Enter. So I got this shape. Now I need to put the dimension inside here in this area and the other area here. So how to do that is I need to bring back. So I'm going to highlight use the sketches. So I'm going to say sketch number 2. I'm going to use it, highlight it, right click, and say restore. When I restore it, it gives me back the same the sketches we used for the extrusion. So now I got back the sketches inside here. So I'm going to say highlight this one and highlight this one. Sorry. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to go to extrude first. Let me go to extrude. Face, that's fine. And it has to be positive, add. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this one and highlight this one. And then right click. So now, since the last time we use symmetric, it will maintain the symmetry till you change it. If it's not symmetry, make it symmetry by clicking on this icon here. On this tab here, on this location or icon here. So this symmetry, and so this, the dimension inside should be 3 millimeters. So I'm going to type 3 and say enter. And this will finish the part for this lab. And as you can see now, this is the lab we want to have. And what we need to make sure that the dimension here, or the circle here, is 15. So I'm going to just highlight this distance here. It is 15. Okay. Okay, now if this dimension is bothering you, whatever, so what you can do is I can hide the design body. So click on the design body to hide it. You click on it, so this way you hide the design body. Now whatever every sketches here, you don't need them anymore. Just I can highlight them. And how to highlight them? Okay, let me do it here. So I'm gonna highlight this and just delete. I'm gonna get rid of it. You don't want also the coordinate, it's up to you. But now I can bring the design body, and now I have the design body without anything around it. So just if you want to have just only the part without anything. Now let's save the part. So what I'm going to say, save as. You see save as here. You click on save as, and the menu will come just, and you can save it as lab number 2, and you put your last name for submission. So okay, so I wouldn't save because I have already a similar one. So just I'm going to say that's okay, that's fine. So save, and then you get out of that. Okay. Now let's open. Let me save it. That's fine. Okay. Now let's go to now we're going to open to do the draft sheet. Now we're going to learn also in this lab how to create a draft sheet. So to create a draft sheet, we're going to click on new, and in the new here menu, the default always is ANSI Eng when you install the software, but because we were in the United States. So now, actually, for the draft sheet, depending on the location of the country where you are, like if you are using the DEN for the German, you can use the DEN standard, you can get the Great Britain standard, and Japanese standard, and so on. So there are different countries here. But since we are in the United States, I'm going to use the ANSI Eng. Although the dimension are millimeter, but when I put it in a draft sheet, I would use the standard where where I located the country, where the country is. So I'm going to use ANSI Eng. So I'm going to say yes, give me the draft sheet. The size of the sheet is the inch, because this is what I'm going to use to print out. So I say okay. Say okay. So this will open a new menu or a new shape. I'm going to double click on the sheet here in the bottom. Okay, and then choose size B. I found size B is adequate till I build my own template, and instead of using the default template. If you're using the default template of the software, I see size B is more adequate, because the size of the table here, the table here in the corner, just more adequate. So I'm going to make it fit, and then we need to bring the drawing we just draw. So we set the part. So say open. So I'm gonna put, this is the front view, this is the top view, and this is the isometric. So I'm gonna put it somewhere here. Don't worry about where you put it. Right click to get out. Now I'm gonna highlight the isometric so I can move it and put it inside. And if you want to make it shades and so on, so I'm going to look at the menu, the table here, the open table. So I'm going to click on the shade here, and instead of not shaded, I can change it to what? Grayscale shaded with edges. and then right click on the object and make update. When you do that, it will be updated to be a shaded one. Okay, now we need to start putting the dimensions on this one. So since we selected an inches, so the dimension will be an inch. How to fix that? So I'm going to just click on the one of the dimension here, and instead of ANSI inch, I'm going to click on this arrow and choose ANSI millimeter. Also, the font one is too small. You wouldn't be able to see it very well. So I'm going to choose font size 1.75. This is more adequate. So now I'm going to now start doing the smart dimension. So this will give me the radius for this one, the radius for this one, or the diameter for this one, and the same thing, the radius for this one, 15, and the diameter for this one. Now I need to get also, okay, the radius for this one and the radius for this one. Okay, now we need to put the thickness here, which is 5. Now I can go to the X dimension, as we said that. Now I need to go to the center of the circle, to the center of the circle, which is 60 by 2 point. Don't forget that this is by 2 point. The center of the circle to the other center of the circle, and they give me the other 60. Very good. What else we need to give as a dimension? Just one moment. I need this one. This is R10, and this is the diameter 10. Oh, the thickness here. So let's get it X. This is the 4, and the thickness X again. The thickness for the one from the inside here is 3, and this is what we did. Now let's save the stuff here. So what we need to do is just, I'm gonna type the title here. How to type that? You get the A, click on the text, and I'm gonna make the font, instead of 1.75 I'm gonna choose 2 and make it bold. Okay, so I'm gonna type it at any location. I'm gonna say lab number 2 dash, sorry, and type your last name for submission. So what I'm going to do is just highlight it, select whatever, so I highlight it and just move it to be on the location here. And let's save the draft sheet. So I'm going to say save as, and this will be lab number 2 with your last name. I say okay, save. Yes, okay. Okay, once you save it, automatically it will correct all the information here in the table automatically, the name of the computer and the date and everything. Oh, we forgot to put the construction line or the center line here. So let me do that. How you do that? You add it here. So now I'm gonna go to sketching. So now I need to do a sketch. So I'm gonna say sketch, and let me get a construction line. So I'm gonna choose a line, okay. And then once you choose a line, you can choose any type of line from here. So I'm gonna choose a line, say this is construction line. Let me do it like this one. Choose whatever you want. Okay, highlight this one. Okay. So now I'm gonna go to the center here. And I'm going to go to the other, highlight the circle so you know that you are in the center, and it should be horizontal like this. So I'm going to say click. Okay, so this way I got a center lines. Go to the same center here, highlight the circle, so this way you can be in the vertical. You see the symbol, vertical symbol means that you are going through the center of the circle. So I'm going to highlight here. Oops, sorry. Now let's get the angle. Yeah, okay. So here is the angle there, which is 120 angle. Okay. And this will conclude our lab number 2. And just I would like to thank you for watching this lab, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I would like to get your feedback. Please feel free to give me your feedback. And at the same time, I would like, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and give it a thumb up. Thank you very much, and looking forward to see you on another video. Bye-bye.